The European Commission, through the Equality Commission, has published and then later has withdrawn, has published a document with recommendations to the member states so that at Christmas time they do not use any type of language that has a Christian religious meaning. They should not say Merry Christmas in their greetings. They should say Happy Holidays. They should not say Christmas period. They should say holiday period. And all this with the excuse that we must use an inclusive language that does not exclude anyone and that non-Christians might feel annoyed if Christmas is officially alluded to. That is, what they want is that Christmas is not called Christmas, but call it something else. This reminds me of the arguments used in Spain when they decided to remove crucifixes from schools, from classrooms. They said the same thing then. These bureaucrats of the European community, there are children who are not Christians. It bothers them to see the sign of another religion on the wall. Even then I commented, what you have to do is not to subtract, but to add. If there are children who are, for example, Muslims in the classroom, next to Christian children, put next to the crucifix crescent on a green background. If there are children who are Buddhists, put next to the crucifix an image of Buddha. If there are children who are atheists, then put a frame with nothing so that the wall can be seen, that is, nothingness. Because atheists are also believers, believers of nothingness made God. Through that empty frame, the wall is going to be seen. You will see the nothingness. Well, no, they decided to remove the crucifixes and not to put anything else. They decided to subtract and not to add, and in the end who won was precisely nothingness, because now that is what there is, nothing. Well, these bureaucrats, well paid thanks to the taxes of Europeans, including the taxes of Christians, have decided the same thing. We must remove all Christian symbolism. We cannot say a single word to remember that Christmas commemorates an event that gives essence, root, beginning to Christianity. We cannot say anything about it. Happy holidays, happy vacations, but not Merry Christmas, not Christmas, period. The excuse, I repeat, that it may bother those who do not believe in the God of Jesus Christ. What they have to do, if they really do not want to bother anyone, is to add and not subtract, to use a truly inclusive language. For example, to congratulate the Jews on Hanukkah, which is also celebrated at this time. The 6th is the last day of the Jewish holiday, or that when it's April this year, they congratulate Muslims on Ramadan. I don't mind if they congratulate Hanukkah or Ramadan. In fact, there has been such an uproar with this initiative of the Equality Commission that they have had to withdraw the project. The same thing has also happened in England, that although it is no longer part of the European Union, has taken the same path. And curiously, there it has been a Muslim parliamentarian who has protested against the removal of Christian symbols. In view of this, I remembered St. John Paul II and those impressive scenes of the Polish workers kneeling in Mass while they were locked up in the Gans shipyard on strike. Polish workers, Catholics, who belonged to the Solidarity trade union and who confronted the communist regime. I remember that because I thought they used us. They used the capacity of resistance. the strength that gives us Catholics our faith to put an end to the communist tyranny. But what for? To implant another tyranny, the one they're trying to implant in Europe, the secularist tyranny, the tyranny of the atheist God, of the no God, the tyranny that would like to see us eliminated from Europe, not the one that respects the Christian roots of the continent, but the one that wants us to cease to exist so as not to bother them and to rule alone. That terrible communist tyranny passed, leaving a trail of pain. This secularist tyranny will also pass. And it will pass because it is suicidal, like that one, because it is destructive and not constructive. This aggressive secularism, this exclusionary secularism, this secularism is leading Europe to suicide. For example, there are no children. We have the lowest birth rate in the world. It has been a long time since we abandoned the capacity of permanence of the number of inhabitants. It has been a long time since we stopped having an average of 2.1 children per fertile woman in Europe. There are no children. There is no future. That is what they want. Well, that is what they will get, but they will not get to get rid of us. Christ defeated even communism, and Christ will defeat this aggressive and excluding secularist tyranny. Christ won, and Christ will win. We will resist as we resisted them, and we will overcome as we overcame them, but we will still have to suffer as we suffered with them. That is why this Christmas I would like to ask everyone to place Christian signs on their balconies or in their windows. Let us not let them corner us. Let us not let them win by putting us in the corner so that we go unnoticed. Christian signs, because we have nothing to be ashamed of because of our faith. Christmas is not the feast of consumerism. Christmas is the feast in which we remember that the Son of God, made man, was born of the Blessed Virgin Mary. So even if it is still a few weeks away, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, even if it will surely make some of those European Union bureaucrats feel sick to their stomachs. See you next week, God willing.